what were some pivotal lessons you learned early in your career, and what advice do you have for young investors who are looking to develop their investment philosophy? Thank you.
You know, who you associate with is just enormously important, and don't expect that you'll make every decision right on that. I mean, but you are going to you're going to have your life progress in the general direction of the people that you work with, that you admire, that become your friends. I mentioned a few fellows that have died in the last couple of years. Well, all of those people were people that you know, if we were working together on something 1/10,000th the size of Berkshire, I mean, they'd be the kind of people you'd choose. They're people that make you want to be better than you are. And you want to hang out with people that are better than you are and that you feel are better than you are, because you're going to go in the direction of the people that you associate with. And of course, you learn it late in life. It's hard to really appreciate how important some of those factors are until you get much older. But when you've got people around you like Tom Murphy and like just name him, Sandy Gottesman, Walter Scott, you're just going to live a better life than you do if you just go out and look at somebody that's making a lot of money and decide you're going to try and copy him or something of the sort. I tried to be associated with smart people too, where I could learn a lot from them. And I would try to look for something that I would do if I didn't need the money. And I've had that. And Charlie had it for a very, very long time. In fact, all the fellows I named had it. And they also, every one of those ones I named, they always did more than their share. And they never sought more than their share of the credit. They just behaved as the way you'd like anybody you work with. And when you find them, you treasure them. And when you don't find them, you still keep doing whatever causes you to eat or enables you to eat. But you don't give up on looking around. And you'll find people do wonderful things for you. I mentioned earlier going down to Geico and knocking on the door when the door was locked. I mean, who knows what was behind that door till I went in. But in 10 minutes I found that I had a man that was going to be just wonderfully helpful to me. I was lucky in having a good environment for living that kind of a life, and other people have a whole different environmental situation. They have to overcome it. But you don't want to associate with people or enterprises that ask you to do something or tell you to do something that you shouldn't be doing. And that's one of the problems. I mean, different professions select for different types of people. It's interesting to me that in the investment business, so many people get out of it after they've made a pile of money that you really want something that you'll stick around for, whether you need the money. Greg doesn't need the money. Ajit doesn't need the money. But they enjoy what they do, and they're so damn good at it. Well, I've had the advantage of seeing how that works over time. The best manager I ever knew, and there's a lot of contention for who that would be, but actually was Tom Murphy Sr., who lived almost 98. And I've never seen anybody that could get the potential out of other people more than Murph could. I mean, if you wanted if you wanted to become a better person, you went to work for Tom Murphy. And there are all kinds of successful people that really don't have that sort of, don't bring that to the party. And I'm not saying that's the only way to succeed, but I think it's the most pleasant way to succeed for sure. And I think that the Berkshire experience is pretty dramatic. I mean, to operate with Sandy Gottesman from 1963 until he died a couple of years ago, Walter Scott for 30 years, and Greg operated with him for 25 years or so.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, you really can't miss it. You not only learn how to be successful in business, you'll learn how to be successful at life. And for some reason, apparently you live longer too, because it's pretty amazing. I mean, these people I'm talking about, including myself, I like to attribute it to this and a few other things, but I think a happy person lives longer than somebody that's doing some things that they don't really admire that much in life. Okay. Tomorrow we're having a board meeting of Berkshire, and we have 11 directors. 2 of the directors, who are my children, Howie and Susie, know of what I'm going to talk about there. The rest of them, this will come as news to. But I think it's the time has arrived where Greg should become the chief executive officer of the company at year end, and I want to spring that on the directors effectively, and then give that as my recommendation. Let them have the time to think about, and then as the meeting following that, which will come in a few months, we'll take action on whatever the view is of the 11 directors. I think they'll be unanimously in favor of it. And that would mean that at year end, Greg would be the chief executive officer of Berkshire, and I would still hang around and could conceivably be useful in a few cases, but the final word would be what Greg said in operations, in capital deployment, whatever it might be. And Greg doesn't know anything about this until what he's hearing right now. But that, the board will be able to ask me questions tomorrow as to a little more of the specifics of what they should be thinking and all that. I have no intention, zero, of selling one share of Berkshire Hathaway. It'll get given away gradually. It just won't. Thank you. Okay, drink a Coke and calm down. I would say that I would add this. The decision to keep every share is an economic decision because I think the prospects of Berkshire will be better under Greg's management than mine. So that's the news hook for the day, fellow. And thanks for coming. Good.